Hello beautiful people, or shall I say darlings, in the spirit of today's video. My name is Becca, welcome to my channel. In today's video I am testing the new Flawless Filter and the Exagger-Eyes palette, both from Tilbury. I'm so excited. Tilbury is one of my favourite brands, so while I may be a little bit biased, I've also got very high standards, so I'm expecting a lot. I hope they're going to be good. If you want to find out my first impressions and a mini review, then please keep watching. I'm going to apply both the products for the first time. I'm going to swatch them, and then I'm going to do a wear test. So without further ado, let's get into it. So here is the packaging for the filter. This is a little box that it comes in. Here is the inside. Packaging looks so nice and I can't wait to have that on my dressing table. For a superstar glow, you can apply it all over the face as a flawless filter or on top of foundation if you want extra coverage. So what I'm going to do is put the flawless filter on one half of my face and then do my foundation and put the filter on top of the other half of the face over the foundation, and then I can test it that way, see which works better, which doesn't work as well. And just as a side note, but I think it's important to mention, my skin type is combination / oily, so I get very oily in the T-zone. It's extremely oily on my chin and my nose and in the centre of my forehead, but my cheeks tend to just be normal. They don't really go dry apart from in like the middle of winter, so as it's April, should be fine. Okay, so clip my hair back, let's get started. So I've got the filter in colour 4, which may be a bit dark. I've also got a sample in 3, so if I think the 4 is going to be too dark, then I will just switch to that. I'm going to put the filter on this side of the face first. I've already pre-prepped my skin, doing everything as I normally would. Don't know how much of this you need, but I'm just going to go by what I think is right. Blends really nicely. Feels very light on the skin as well actually, which is really good. Yeah, it looks very reflective already. Can you see the difference? Quite glowy compared to this side, which is good, but I do think the tendency for that to look a little bit oily, but we will continue. There is some coverage there, but I'm not sure there is enough for me, especially because today I woke up with a few extra zits, which I was really thankful for as I was going to film. So I do need more coverage than that, but this could be really good in summer because it's going to be nice and light, a little bit of coverage, and it'll give you a little glow. Okay, so that's that side of the face done. Okay, so I'm just blending the foundation on top. So this is the side with the filter, and yeah, this blends really nicely over the top, and it definitely provides a little bit extra color. I can see the difference on either side of my face now, and I think colour 4 is actually okay for me. I've got a bit of fake tan on at the moment, so I think it means I can get away with a slightly darker colour. Okay, this is the side with the flawless filter. This hasn't got any at the moment, but I'm going to just put that over the top. But this is the difference at the moment under the foundation. Very subtle highlight, but it definitely looks smooth. It looks quite plump as well, and it definitely does look brighter. So far, so good. Let's try this over the top of this side. I'm just going to try and use roughly the same amount, which I don't think I use too much actually, but I don't think you need loads. I don't think it's meant for that. I'm quite worried about putting too much on my chin because it does get super oily, and I just feel like that with anything that's meant to be quite dewy, that it will just make me look like an oil slick on my chin by the end of the day, because I've seen that happen to me so many times, and it's not a good look. It actually does look more glowy than the other side, but yeah, I can see more coverage definitely. But it blends really nicely. It's so easy to blend actually, which is great. Like, it just immediately is sort of become one with the skin, and I love that. I hate looking too cakey, and this definitely doesn't look too cakey at all. That's a plus for me, and that's on both applications. So the filter is underneath, and this side the filter is on top. Although I'm finding this side looks more glowy, but this side looks more even and smooth, so that could be something to keep in mind. Okay, so that is the flawless filter on. I'm going to carry on my normal routine, and I'll be ready to come back and do the eyeshadow. I can't wait to test these Exagger-Eyes. I think it's going to be life-changing. So I've just finished off my eyebrows, my powder and my concealer. So if my eyebrows are a bit wonky, I don't know what's going on this week. I'm just having a week where I can't do them properly. I've done, I think, my best. Eyebrows are meant to be sisters, not twins anyway. They look like friends at least, that's alright, I'm happy with that. But anyway, let me continue. So now I'm ready to try this guy. I'm just going to use the brushes that I normally would. So to start off, I'm using the Spectrum A08, and that's just going to go all over the lid. Oh yeah, that feels really, really nice. So just a touch of colour, that's lovely. I think that will work well on a lot of skin tones because it's not too warm, but it's not too cool. It's very much like a champagne colour rather than a silver or a gold. Little corners. Okay, so now I'm going to sweep this one across the eyelid. So either Luxe soft crease brush, which is the 221, picks up really well. It doesn't have much fallout at all actually, which is good. I thought it might have more because the first shade did have a little bit more. Oh, that's such a pretty colour. And then bring it underneath the eye. Yeah, that blends really well with that first shade. Looks beautiful. Love it. Bring it out. Okay, so now I'm just going to use the Define shade, which is this beautiful little, I don't even know, it's like a pinky brownie taupe. So I'm going to use the Luxe Petite Crease by Zoeva, which is a 231. Does this brush. Picks up nicely onto the brush. There's quite a bit more fallout with that one, but I don't want it to go all over the eye. So I'm going to just take some into my crease, just a tiny bit, just to add a tiny bit of definition. A little bit along the lash line. And a little bit underneath. It's funny actually because I feel like this looks more pigmented than it actually is. It takes quite a lot of building, but I like that because then I have more control over the colour. I would expect this to be a little bit more pigmented. I really like that. I think it looks really nice. And now I'm just gonna take this beautiful sparkly shade here, and I'm actually just gonna take my ring finger, I'm gonna dip it in and then just put that on the centre of the eyelid. Oh. How nice is that? Oh my god. Okay, buy the palette just for that. Oh, you don't need much at all. Wow, gorgeous. Okay, so I'm just gonna finish with the rest of my makeup. Okay, see you later. Hey guys, so here is the finished look. I've got my lip gloss on. I did add a little bit of contour because I thought otherwise it looked like a bit of a moon face. And I've done what I can with my hair, which is far too long and is desperately needing a cut. And let me show you a close-up of my eyes. I'm really looking forward to seeing how the filter lasts, especially on my skin type. I have got high hopes actually. I'm really pleased with how it looks. I feel like my skin looks, I don't know, it just looks like lit from within, and I really like that look, and I do struggle to achieve that because a lot of the products I use, they just start to go really, I guess they sort of almost like separate because my head and chin gets so oily. I think it's covered it really well. You can still see the texture, but that's fine. I want my skin to look like skin, I don't mind. It looks really nice. I look very healthy. But yeah, I love the way the eyes look. They definitely have that filter effect, as it's called. So, you know, they definitely look brightened, they look wider, just bigger, and generally kind of popping. I will hop back on in a few hours and we can see how it's lasted, if it looks good. Yeah, fingers crossed it will look good, and I will see you in a second just for you. So here I am back after a few hours. It's probably been about 4 hours, so you can see that my chin has gone quite red and quite oily. My nose is quite oily. Let me come closer actually. It is starting to look quite oily on the nose and the chin. My forehead, it does, but it's not too bad. Everywhere else looks great. It looks glowy, it looks flawless, it looks really nice. And the eyeshadow, I mean, absolutely perfect. It hasn't budged. I'm just gonna top up this powder. Just covering up my chin. Look a million times better. Oh, and my nose. Oh yeah. Yes, if you are oily, you may need to carry a powder with this and just give yourself a little. But you can see, you can just go over it very lightly and everything looks perfect. And now I look just like I did at the start of the day. I have to say, like, I am in love with this makeup. Hey guys, I've got to drop in here on a voiceover because when I have gone to edit this final section of the video, unfortunately the last clips I filmed have got no sound. I don't know why. I'm really upset about it, but I'm just going to carry on. So instead you're going to have to enjoy these really quite self-indulgent clips of me. Please don't judge me too harshly. So basically I was saying here that I really love the filter, and I find that even though it is probably better for drier skin types, you can definitely wear it with oily skin. I probably wouldn't place it on the centre of my face or any parts that get too oily, but that would just be my recommendation for anyone that does get that. I was also talking about how the different sides of my face were, so I preferred the filter under my foundation rather than over. So over definitely has more coverage and it's more glowy, but underneath I found it was like more even, which I think I mentioned earlier, and I just preferred that finish altogether. So that was kind of basically my summary of my experience. And the eyeshadow, I said that I loved it because normally I do get some, I don't know, oiliness in like the outer corners, and I normally have to sort of blend it out just with my fingertip, or maybe I'll do that with like a little brush or something, whatever I've got on me. I didn't have to do it with this at all. It lasted so well for all the day. The sparkles just look amazing. In fact, you don't even need to top this up. I always wonder if I need to top something up, but with this you don't at all. It lasts all day. I didn't even use a primer, I just used my foundation over my eyelids as I normally do. My rating for that is 5 out of 5. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you found it useful. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more from me, then please subscribe. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye.